65 years after people. Even the toughest built relics of war have started to decay. Along the coast of France, silent guns, barbed wire, and iron beach obstacles are succumbing to rust. In the time of humans, this could already be seen at the imposing artillery emplacements of Pointe Du Hac, which overlooks the Normandy beaches. These emplacements are part of the Atlantic Wall built by the Germans during the Second World War to keep the Allies out of Northern Europe. On the 6th of June 1944, Pointe Du Hac was pummeled by American forces during the massive D-Day invasion.
The emplacement at Pointe Du Hac can be considered a military failure in terms of its ability to withstand the invasion from the sea. From a construction standpoint, it is a success. The structures are extremely durable, but they are starting to undergo some deterioration.
Bunkers and gun emplacements all along the Normandy coast were built of concrete with steel reinforcing rods. Constructed during wartime with the threat of imminent invasion, corners were inevitably cut. Seashells were often added to the concrete mix, and in some cases, the concrete was not given enough time to cure before the bombs began to fall. These weaknesses left the bunkers vulnerable not just to bombs, but to future corrosion.
Concrete typically deteriorates for a number of reasons. It can be reactive aggregates, reactive soil. It can be freeze-thaw cycles. And really none of those factors are present at Pointe Du Hac. The main problem in those structures has to do with the steel reinforcing itself.
Moisture and salt in the air has entered the bunkers through pores and cracks in the concrete. This causes the steel reinforcing bars to corrode. They expand and crack the surrounding concrete.
There's a wonderful example of what happens when steel corrodes. Right up here, you can see the concrete is cracked and the resulting deterioration of the steel reinforcing. You can see the expansive rust on the steel that causes the deterioration. That's very repairable, but in a life after people, that corrosion would continue, causing failure of that structure.
The Romans used concrete to build some of their monumental structures, long before the invention of steel reinforcing rods. This seeming weakness actually gives them an advantage in a life after people.
In a life after people, concrete, if it's unreinforced, may actually survive longer. For instance, the Pantheon in Rome, 20-foot thick lower walls, but it's an unreinforced structure, and it survived for nearly 2,000 years. Whereas the structures at Pointe Du Hac have the reinforcing and the potential for steel corrosion that will probably progress in a life after people at a faster rate than a structure that's even 2,000 years old.